All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is Meta meets MAGA. Zuckerberg spotted at Trump's Mar-a-Lago. Let's jump into it, guys.
Back. Billionaire Elon Musk is embracing a new moniker. Watch.
All right, let's go.
By the way, in case some of you may have missed it on social media, Elon Musk, the new George Soros of the right. Let's go.
Yep, no one has done more to help far-left progressive leaders than George Soros and, of course, his wallet, and he's still doing it. But Elon Musk is coming for all of them. According to the Washington Post, Musk told advisors shortly before the election that America PAC should challenge Soros DAs. And last week on X, he highlighted 6 of them who are up for re-election.
See, here's a dilemma, guys. You cannot basically crucify, let's say, George Soros and then applaud Musk for doing the same exact thing, but the opposite direction, guys. I mean, it's a little weird to encounter, but let's continue.
He highlighted 6 of them who are up for re-election.
It's not safe to walk around our cities. What the hell is going on?
Oh, he's right though. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. I mean, Soros, honestly, misanthropic. You know, he's for someone who has, sort of claims to be doing good, but actually he is not. You know, he is tearing down the fabric of society. So terrible.
On purpose.
I will say though, guys, yeah, our inner cities are absolute filth, guys, and a lot of it is due to the politics that are happening in that area. That's just a fact here. If you are excessively light on crime, how do you expect to ever stop crime, right? Like, I mean, if you're offering dollar bails or no bail in certain circumstances, how exactly are you looking to stop criminality in your area? You're not. So in this instance, I would definitely agree with Elon Musk in this instance.
On purpose. And we see Chesa Boudin was voted out by their people. They recalled him. And now Gascon got 30% of the vote in Los Angeles. They're changing gears. And now Musk is coming for them. Joining us now is Stephen Miller, incoming Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and Homeland Security Advisor. Stephen, is Elon for real? Is he the right answer to take on these Soros-placed DAs?
Well, this is essential. The rule of law is the foundation of American democracy. It's the bedrock of our safety and prosperity. And Elon has very bravely and correctly identified this problem, where you have these Soros DAs, these Soros prosecutors, who have used the awesome powers they have to target political enemies, to target the opposition party. Of course, we've seen that weaponized ruthlessly against President Trump, while at the same time letting the worst violent offenders back on the street over and over again, and of course, shielding criminal illegal aliens and gang members from any consequences whatsoever. The American people are desperate to be freed from these radical lefty prosecutors who are turning their cities into nightmares of violence.
I mean, to be honest, the cities have basically been terrible for a really long time, guys. But let's continue.
I mean, think about this. You have Alvin Bragg, who's letting the criminals run wild, going after Danny Penny, who has to stand up and act like a vigilante because he had to stop a would-be attacker, and he's being tried. And they're going after Trump while letting every criminal out. Yeah, he's up for re-election. Let's see if he can be targeted next. Steve, I want to move on, if I can, to what the president did yesterday. And he came out and said, hey, I don't like what's happening at the border in the north or the south. 25% tariffs on Canada, 25% on Mexico, 10% on China because of the precursors to fentanyl. Right away, Trudeau picks up the phone and says, let's talk this out. And right away, the Mexican president went to the microphone and says, I'm going to hit you back, America. But something just changed. As I'm about to start this segment, on Truth Social, President-elect said this. That she had this conversation. She has agreed to stop migration through Mexico after picking up the phone and talking today was at Mar-a-Lago and into the U.S., effectively closing our southern border. He said we also talked about what can be done to stop the massive drug inflow and also U.S. consumption of these drugs. It was a very productive conversation. Is the president already making progress?
Making more than progress. He's already delivering historic change, the change that he campaigned on months before he even returns to the Oval Office. For the last 4 years, and of course for decades before that, our leaders have sacrificed our people, our sovereignty, our security. They've let foreign nations and foreign countries and foreign cartels have their way with us. Donald Trump is reestablishing the principle, the doctrine of America first, of our national sovereignty and our national security. And he's rebuilding a cooperative, collaborative relationship with Mexico in which we make clear to them that we can have incredible projects and incredible future together, but you must stop the flow of illegal immigration into our country.
I'm gonna be honest, like that is an incredible thing because I mean we've had an issue with our southern border for a really long time, and yeah, they are generally coming through Mexico. The fact that there's actually footage, let's say, of these gigantic convoys, walking through Mexico, and no one is doing anything about it, right? Like no one, right? They're coming to us, and that they're going to break into our country, right? And you're doing nothing about it. I mean, listen, there comes a time where you have to look at the individuals that are kind of allowing this to continue to happen, a little sideways, let's say, right? Because if you're not going to do anything about it, then we're going to have to find some way to penalize you. Now, when it comes to a 25% tariff, I'm kind of in the middle of this here, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, you guys keep sending me videos on it, but guys, we get a lot of things from Mexico. All right. Like a lot of our labor is kind of outsourced. Now, if we were to bring some of that into the United States of America, that would be amazing. Absolutely. To give Americans the jobs that, that are generally that had to be moved to Mexico, for example. But these products are going to become very expensive. And that's kind of my thing. I don't know where to go with this, guys. But listen, anything that can work, if it is just like a threat, let's say, anything that can work to stop the illicit migration coming from the southern border, I think that'll be great. I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say here, guys.
Under the previous president, we had to remain in Mexico. We had the Mexican military on our border, and we had massive enforcement when Donald Trump was in office. And of course, Joe Biden let that all go away, and we've seen the results. With President Trump's diplomacy, we are now seeing a historic commitment from Mexico to stop the invasion of over 150 different nations that are using Mexico as a transit country. Remember, this is not Mexican illegal immigration. This is illegal immigration from 150 different nations, including terror hotspots, including foreign adversaries. And this is an example, a powerful example of why the American people sent Donald Trump back to the White House so that he could defend our interests and secure our borders.
Like that was definitely a very important thing, but we cannot completely negate the fact that the ideology that's basically being pushed pretty much excessively by the left is also very unappealing. It is not like every single person that voted for a Republican this year voted for Trump. They just voted for the Republican Party. But let's continue.
Stephen, isn't it pretty amazing the difference it feels from 2016 and now here we are in 2024? It seems like people understand the world is coming to alignment, almost preparing for Trump instead of fighting against him. Do you feel that difference?
I mean, yeah, they have to prepare.
Everyone can feel that difference. Waking up every morning knowing now that we have a president-elect, a soon-to-be 47th president, who every single day is thinking about how can I defend American interests? How can I protect American families?
He better. He's about to become the president.
Can I secure American sovereignty? And the whole world knows it. Look, every bureaucrat around the world, every foreign leader around the world, every foreign parliament around the world, from Brussels all the way to Bangkok and everywhere in between, understands that America once again has a leader who will put our interests first. And that includes making sure that every single country in the world is a participant in the restoration of our national sovereignty and the repatriation of the criminal lawbreakers who do not belong here.
Stephen, real quick, Politico is reporting that Mark Zuckerberg was at Mar-a-Lago today meeting with President Trump. Can you confirm that?
Yes, that's correct. And Mark Zuckerberg has been very clear about his desire to be a supporter of and a participant in this change that we're seeing all around America, all around the world with this reform movement that Donald Trump is leading. Mark Zuckerberg, like so many business leaders, understand that President Trump is an agent of change, an agent of prosperity.
Right.
And so business leaders, CEOs, everywhere, they want to be an element, a supporter, a booster of making our economy prosperous, delivering for American workers, and making sure that America is the most powerful, wealthiest, freest nation on the face of the earth. So we'll see what comes of that. Okay. And Mark, obviously, he has his own interests, and he has his own company, and he has his own agenda, but he's made clear that he wants to support the national renewal of America under President Trump's leadership.
Good. It's good for the president. He turned the page with some talk show hosts on another channel, and he might be maybe getting over the fact that
MSNBC
really impacted the 2020 election in the battleground areas. So we'll see what happens. Stephen, thanks for confirming.
Guys, when it comes down to a lot of these things, I generally think that a lot of heads of corporations have just been tired of having to consistently virtue signal. And also while turning off, let's say, some of their overall base consistently, hence the reason why a lot of brands get boycotted and things like that, guys, right? And I think Zuckerberg is one of these individuals who says one thing, right? He just nods his head like a robot, right? Right. But in all actuality, he does have his own opinions and thoughts, guys, right? What's temporarily good for business is generally not, changing your opinion on something every single month. That's generally not really good for business. And that's what a lot of the Fortune 500 companies have been doing pretty consistently, guys, right? I mean, this month is this cause. So let's go ahead and dedicate our entire marketing to this random cause that doesn't affect the majority of America, right? Like that basically is what I think is like dwelling on a lot of the minds of people who run corporations and things like that, guys. And I'm speaking directly as someone who owns a corporation, who heads one. And so this is kind of the thing. Zuckerberg went in there to basically make sure that his business interests are not being affected. Guys, let's just be honest here. And again, a lot of people who do own corporations, who lead corporations, who own large businesses that pull in a lot of income on a monthly basis, yearly basis, a lot of these individuals absolutely supported Trump. Because if you paid really close attention to what Kamala was talking about, guys, like I'm a single issue voter, guys, when it comes to things like this. I do not want my taxes raised under any circumstance, guys. I already paid too much in taxes. I saw exactly what Kamala Harris was doing when she stated the exact number she was looking to raise. I was just like, so you want to raise my taxes, basically. So you automatically do not get my vote, bro. Like by definition. And I guess if I lived full time in the United States of America, it would basically be, I guess, fine with paying the taxes, I guess slightly, but I don't live full time in the United States of America. So, I don't utilize really anything from America like that. Not enough for what I have to basically throw away, right? I mean, so that's not my thing, guys. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. This is my lightsaber. Hey guys, you guys subscribe to the other channels, Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Oh, also, Mr. L. Boyd Discusses. Guys, check it out. And if you haven't heard it today, you're amazing.